Today, you will learn how to retouch skin in just 2 steps using Photoshop. So sit back, relax and pay attention to get the best results. Okay, so we have this beautiful model here, and for the first step, we are going to remove the blemishes from her face. So let's zoom in first. And then, to give us creative freedom, click Ctrl+J to duplicate your layer, and then come down to the new layer icon and create a new layer. Now come to your tools and select the healing brush tool. Come up here and make sure the sample is set to current and below. If it's not, change it to current and below. And then come to the source and set it to sampled. This sign means sampled and this means pattern. So make sure it's on sampled. Very good. Now let's zoom in a little further. Select your zoom tool here and let's zoom in. Now let's select the healing brush tool again. Now to remove the blemishes, all you have to do is to sample a clear skin and then replace the part with the blemishes with that clear skin. So let's increase the brush size with the right square bracket key. Now hold Alt and then click on the portion with the clear skin and then come to the portion with the acne and then click on it. Now you realize the acne is no longer there. Very good. Click on this portion as well. You can reduce the size as you work with the left square bracket key. Alt and then left click and then replace that portion. So we are going to repeat that process until we are done with all the blemishes. So for the last time, Alt click and then replace. Very good. So I'm going to speed this up for you. You can slow it down and do it at your own pace when you are working. Okay, so you realize we've removed the acne from her skin. So this is before and this is after. Before and after. But you can still see there is this reddish stuff going on her skin, and that's what's going to lead us to our second and final step, which is to smoothen the skin. So to do that, first let's merge all the layers. So click Ctrl+Shift+Alt+E to merge all your layers. Very good. Now let's rename the layers to make it easier to recognize. So double click on this layer and name it Acne Remover. Click enter. Now double click on this as well and name it Skin Softening. Click enter. Now with your skin softening layer selected, come to the blend modes and change it to vivid light. Very good. Click Ctrl+I to invert it. Right click the skin softening layer and convert it to a smart object. Now come up to filter and come down to other and then high pass. Okay, very good. Now you can change the radius depending on your image. So you can choose whichever figure you like depending on how it works on your image. So for my image, I'm going to choose the radius of 10. 10 looks good for my image and click OK. Now come up to filter again, come to blur and then Gaussian blur. Now let's reduce the radius. Reduce it to a very low radius. I'm going to keep mine at 2. 2.2 looks okay for this image. Or let's keep it at 2 and click OK. Now come down to the mask icon and click on it to create a mask for your skin softening layer. Very good. Now click Ctrl+I to invert it. Come to your tools and select the brush tool. And then reduce the flow to somewhere around 15. Make sure you change the foreground color to white by clicking on this arrow. Now paint to soften the skin. paint to make the skin very soft. Okay, very good. So this is before we soften the skin, and this is after we soften the skin, before and after. And this is before we began and what we've done so far, before and after. You realize in just 2 steps, we've beautifully retouched the image, and this is just awesome. Now, if you want to practice this with the same image I used, I'll make sure to leave a link down in the description so you can download this image and try your hands on it. Thanks for watching. If you learned something today, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more awesome tutorials from me. Never stop creating, and I'll see you in my next tutorial.